Well, I'm going to go over just the intro of Don't Stop Believing. The reason I go over the intros only on some of these songs is that's when the piano is most exposed, most naked to where you can hear what's going on. And then once the rest of the instruments are have their entrance, the in classical terminology, the tutti, the piano can be a little more flexible. But in the very beginning, it's very specific, and if we're playing signature licks, let's say the opening to Stairway to Heaven, you don't want to play around with that. You don't want to mess with it. Hotel California, lots, Sweet Home Alabama. There are these intro licks, just the way you are. Right? You don't want to play with those things. You want to do them as they played them on the recording. And so I'm going to do "Don't Stop Believing," and it's very tricky because it's in the key of E, and most people play the bass notes on the downbeat, and they're not. They're kicked a little bit. So and they're kicked all throughout the entire introduction. So I'm going to play it for you and then sort of explain how it's played and when the left hand comes in. So it goes like this. Okay, so there it was. That's exactly how, was it Greg Raleigh? I think it's him. Anyway, that's how he plays it on the recording. And so most people play it like, or I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people play it like this. And it supposedly feels natural, but it's not as fluid as the recording. Now, he does that in the intro, but then he switches it up once the singing comes in. So here's how it goes, very slowly. Listen to the left hand. And so here's the right hand motif. So that's the right. Okay, it's just an alternating fifth with the B. So an E and a B alternating with the B and the thumb. Then move the first finger or the index finger up to the middle finger to the F sharp. Then back to the E. Then C sharp and an A over an A. Then back to the original. And then a D sharp. Then back to the C sharp A chord. Now watch what happens. So if we count 1 E and a 2 E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. I don't know, however you want to subdivide it. But this is how it's played. So let's suppose these are 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, okay? So now watch. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and a 4 E. Okay, so it's kicking it. It's what I mean is it's coming on a weird part of a weird 16th note. It's not once you get into the groove, once you feel it, it's just. And then it comes in on the downbeat once the verse comes in. So watch. And every time it's this way. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and if you count it out, if you subdivide it with the 16th notes, you'll get it. And so if you notice the bass, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and so 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. That's the last one. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 3 and a 4 E and a 1. Okay? So I hope that explains it to you. That's the introduction to Don't Stop Believing. That is the correct way to do it. It's exact, it's precise, and I make no apologies for that. I try to do my best on that stuff. And then, like I said, you can listen for what he does later on in the piece, but it's, I mean, you definitely want to coordinate your left hand with what the bass is doing once the bass comes in. But that's how you play it. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, and I hope it's helped you out. Have a great day.